Morning. I'm Servant. I'm Pisces. Actually, it'll be afternoon when this comes out. Well, I shot one out earlier of God's mighty deeds. Uh, and it's true. I mean, you have to look at your ancestry and understand how mighty he was, how he parted everything, how he understood everything that needed to be done, and how the men and the women and the children had to be led. Uh, the principality can't lead you. They can push you where they want you to go, but you have to let go of that. You have to be your own planet. God put you here. God's natural law, 119, Psalms 119. You stay in it to win it. Spend an hour with him a day, and you'll learn how to get right back there. Because your ancestry bloodline has a DNA code on it. Because you are royalty. Okay, you got a royal bloodline. You got to understand about the mingled blood, how Satan circumvented that back then, and it was looked as taboo. And then all of a sudden, you jump forward to now, and they consider it racism and all this. It never was racism. There never was. Look here, everybody's been a slave. Everybody. The newest and the earliest was the understanding that slavery wasn't where it was at. It was the call of Moses, to understand to break the chain. And it broke chains all the way through. But anyways, I'm going to give this the other part of what we should be doing and understanding the prayer for the peace of Jerusalem. Because once we do the peace treaties, and then it's time. I was glad when they said unto me, let us go into the house of the Lord, the most high, righteous, and loved. Our feet shall stand within the gates of Jerusalem. Jerusalem is builded as a city that is compact together. Whether the tribes go up, the tribes of the Lord, the most high, righteous, and loved, unto the testimony of Israel, to give thanks unto the name of the Lord, the most high, righteous, and loved. For there are set thrones of judgment, the thrones of the house of David. Pray for the peace of Jerusalem. They shall prosper that love thee, and peace be within the walls, and prosperity within the places. For my brethren and companies ask, I will now say, peace be with thee, because of the house of the Lord our God, the most high, righteous, and love. I will seek thy good. Now, pray for the peace of Jerusalem. They shall prosper that love thee. That's you. So understand, you'll hear a lot of cast off, cast away, cast this, cast that. But, understanding that this is where all this started from. Okay? Understand the land. Understand, I have land there myself. So, understand that having a piece of something of the old times, which is your ancestry, you draw in the energy and the timeline of your ancestors. You sit down and meditate on all your past history, all your lineage, as far back as you can go. And look, there's a cutoff. I know that. Usually about the time that, you hit Scotland, Ireland, Britain, then it goes back to the same thing as kings and kingships from there on back. Some people can't find their own lineage, but the point of it is that you are a royal bloodline from way back when. No matter whether you was a serf back then, or a servant, or a page, or whatever you were back then, you were still a royal bloodline. And you done your job well, proficiently. You didn't have to have everybody in the world tell you. You was trained. And your age, you might have been 7, 8 years old, working. But you got to understand that time that you was doing all that is an imprint on your DNA. All the way back is an imprint of your DNA. Things that I've done, I couldn't tell you how I knew how to do it. It just happened. I just did it. It wasn't misconstrued. Like I said, I laid out one time 1,000 holes on a cement floor. That was about 12 inches by 12 inches apart. 1,000 different holes in a cooling bed. And I was out 3/4 of an inch on the very last hole on the back side of the wall. Okay? I was within tolerances. So, how, and doing it with just a tape measure. Had the center line and just working it out. And, they said one time, well, they put that, the quencher on a steel mill, they put a quencher in a shear, built it completely backwards, and it's all setting up there in the air. I walked in there and he told me, he said, it's all backwards, you're going to tear it all apart and put it all back together again. He said, well, we won't get this done for 2 days. I looked at it for about 2 seconds. I said, okay, if I get this done by midnight, we're going to go back to the house. And he goes, you can do that, okay? Well, they did make it exactly backwards. I had an overhead crane come in there and pick the whole thing up, turned it around, set it back down, tightened it up, and went back to the room. He said, there's no way you could have got that done. They just wasn't thinking. So, that's a straight DNF student thinking there, okay? But understand that you have all this in you. You just never was told how to get it. Your parents wasn't told, because all they was trying to do was just do what was right. The parents before that, let me tell you something. You start getting 3 or 4 generations back, then you'll see how very smart these people were, okay? They were highly educated in life, how life worked, how the decrees and the double tongue and everything worked, okay? So understand now that everybody is trying to understand that where we're at, what are we doing, when we're going to do this, when we're going to do that. Well, it's what it is. So I have understood a lot of things in life, but to be doing this and enjoying every minute of it, I don't know where this come from, but the Father does. So understand that the Father wants to talk to you. It's very important. Hour a day with Him, stick in your Psalms, stick in your precepts, statutes, commandments, testimonies. Understand that's your feet. Your ancestors are right here where you come from. Okay? Anyways, I will get off here. I got you at 9 minutes. I'm pretty good at that. I'm doing better. It's a little shorter, a little faster. But anyways, I love you. God loves you. Jesus on your lips. If you got any problems, turn right around. Jesus, Jesus, Jesus. He'll get you. You can get a handful of you too. So hang on. Legions of angels. I am servant. I am Pisces. Have a good one.